Hello and welcome to
BBU podcast number 49.
72 with Jeremy.
Who the fuck is Jeremy?
I don't know. Maybe he's my most realistic superhero.
I'm telling you, Megamind's got the most realistic superheroes in it. I'm telling you.
No such thing.
Welcome to BBU podcast number 49, the penultimate one. Quick little announcement: we're taking a brief hiatus after next week's show with our big giveaway.
Donkey lad, what have you done to quit? Fix it.
What's wrong? I haven't got it up. What's wrong with me?
There's nothing wrong with Chris.
I'm out here trying to say things like, brilliant.
And Donkey, why is my profile showing? What's that about?
What
You
profile?
spent so long prepping this.
You've clicked a button. You've clicked the button, mate. You've right-clicked on something.
I'm actually
profile over. Anyway, what were we saying? Yeah, we're taking a brief hiatus after next week's. Fuck, he's 44.
I was reading that.
So as you were saying, they can still hear us, right? It's like an audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Shit. Good.
Next week will
hasn't
be.
fixed it.
Next week will be the last.
That has fixed
podcast.
it. What you talking about?
Next week will be the last week for the podcast for a while. We're gonna take like a 4-week break. Come back with some fresh and intuitive ideas is the plan. That also means for the podcast 40 next week was the giveaway podcast. So again, if you haven't already, make sure you're getting your invites out. For every person you invite to the Discord, you get one entry into the giveaway. All the information's in announcements on the Discord. Go find it. I believe it's the only pinned message, or one of the pinned messages.
There's
It's not
only
put
like
up in
10
it now.
messages in announcements.
There is. Go find it. Make sure you're taking part. The more people you get in, the more chance you've got to win. And there's a lot of good stuff getting given away.
And moving on from the self-pay plugs, we have got some interesting topics this week. What? What have you done? Why are you smiling? I don't like it when you smile. What's happening?
Oh, wow, that sounds so abusive. I don't like it when you smile.
This week's BBU podcast is sponsored by BBU's podcast.
So, in the first news, China bans China.
True.
So, I don't know if people have heard this, or know this, but China is very strict with
They have
everything.
a social score thing.
Social
system.
credit, I believe, is the
Yes.
word.
And that ties into internet usage as well and gaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Massively. They perceive gaming as a extremely large waste of time, right? Unless you're professional.
Unless you're a pro.
Yeah.
Which is weird because how'd you get to be a pro? You're just born and like, oh look, I'm great.
Or
Oh my god.
they look at games like our grandparents looked at comic books and our parents looked at cartoons.
No, they look at games in the way that it a kind of a correct way-ish, that it doesn't contribute to society.
Which is the whole point of this whole social credit thing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like, they're not wrong.
No.
Watching
So-
films, reading books
Yeah.
doesn't actually help society. Well, I mean, non-fiction books, stuff like that obviously does. But
Yeah. But yeah. So what they've done is they have now. Everybody have obviously heard of the Great Firewall of China, which blocks out the rest of the internet. It's now means that if you live in China and play an online game, let's say you play Counter-Strike, you can now only play with other people that lives in China.
Yep.
You can't connect to outside game servers at all. Legally. I obviously must say.
Which is absolutely 100% fine if you're a League of Legends player, because China have their own region servers.
Yeah, but
So,
they could.
fine for League players.
Yeah, but they could still, if they really wanted to, connect to something else
Yeah.
and have a shit ping. But you could be able to do that. I remember.
didn't we have somebody that was playing that mobile game with you? He wasn't here in China. Am I right in saying that?
West game.
West game. When you
I
guys were all
don't
running
think
West
we
game.
had anyone from China. Oh yeah, we did. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to do that, for
Presumably,
example.
he can't now.
He can't now, no.
Ooh.
And it means that there is a curfew from people under 18.
Yeah.
Gaming curfew, sorry, not the curfew. A gaming curfew, which was from, and I can't bring up the article right now, which is super dumb.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it's 11 o'clock until like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm sure it said 10.
in my opinion,
It could be.
that's not a bad thing. I'm all
Yeah,
for like the liberal of, hey, parents should be able to do what they think is best for their children. But people are morons and they won't do that. They'll just do what they like.
Realistically, your child shouldn't be gaming at that time anyway, and therefore it wouldn't actually affect anyone.
Exactly.
In reality, that's not
in
true.
Reality, yeah.
But theoretically, that should be the case anyway.
And
so.
I know some like 70-year-old that is 17 and like 294 days old.
Yeah.
He's like, well, why can't I play my game? I have to work this. My work schedule is this, so this is actually the only time I can play. Like, cool, mate. But hey, well, laws tend to hit wrong people sometimes, and that's bad. I get that, but it's also like, well, can't really do anything about it.
It's not good news for gaming. Normally we talk about good news for gaming. This is not good news for gaming.
And on the other hand, map editors are not allowed anymore.
Because it's copyright.
Because people in Animal Crossing spelled Free Hong Kong, which they don't like.
Animal Crossing, have we got it here or not? We don't. Since it's not there anyway, Animal Crossing is officially not allowed to be bought in China.
Also that. I was coming to that. And then you're not allowed to do... BBU is banned in China. Because you're not allowed to gather online and play video games. You're allowed to have a group or clan, and we would be classified as kind of a clan thing.
Clan, I guess, yeah.
So that's not allowed. Plague is not allowed. Disease in general is not allowed. And role-playing is not allowed because you could role-play as someone that's not from China, and then dislike
they're not wrong.
and then dislike the Communist Party, which no Chinese would ever do, because you can't dislike the great leader of Xi Jinping, or whatever he's called.
I love Winnie the Pooh Part 2, so
yeah.
That makes sense.
I think I think his name is like something Xing something.
The thing is as well, like, China can be kind of, hey, you guys aren't allowed to use external stuff because we're still just, every country in the world is still just going to buy stuff from them anyway. They're not going to struggle for economy, so they can treat their citizens like shit. And we're not really going to be like, hey, stop that. We're actually going to be like, hey, as long as you keep making our stuff really cheap, that's okay.
Yep.
Recent events might disagree with that. Moving on to those recent events, PS5 news. The PS5 has still said that it's coming out in the holiday season this year, which, impressive. But the price has not been fixed yet due to issues with suppliers. Obviously, there's this whole virus thing going about, and yeah, they have a range. They reckon it'll be between $500 and $550, which isn't that big a range really when you think about it. But whatever. What do you think of the price? I know you wouldn't buy it for 500 quid. But...
So yeah, that's what I think about it.
A PlayStation for $500?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I wouldn't buy it, like you said, but I think it's okay for a price.
Yeah, right. It doesn't seem like that much of a jump from the PS4.
I don't think the price of the console really matters. The people that's going to buy a console is going to buy the console anyway.
Yeah, they're the same idiots that buy iPhones.
The people... no, but it's the same mentality. It doesn't matter if an iPhone costs $1,000. People still buy it.
We're just going to go off nothing but history here. Mm-hmm. The Xbox will just match the price. Will be very, very similar.
Yeah.
If they
that's a rumor. The rumor is that Xbox can't get suppliers to do season period yet this year. It looks like Sony have got it. They've got at least some to be released, and Xbox can't do it. It looks like Xbox
makes sense because Sony just they're a Japanese country, so they're just physically closer and more related to the culture.
This isn't news, by the way. This is speculation.
Yeah. So it would make sense that they have an easier time contacting the factories and stuff like that. And just, being physically closer there and walk into a man's office is way better than calling him.
Yeah, I guess.
It just is. It has more punch.
I mean, I agree with your point, but also, let's be realistic. Bill Gates isn't sitting there calling China. There will be Microsoft representatives that work specifically with those companies. So I think that point's kind of null and void.
Yeah, but Microsoft doesn't...
The fact that Sony's based in Japan doesn't really...
No, they're close, and then Sony just produces more stuff. They're a bigger client.
See, now that might matter. If they go, actually, we want this much stuff, so we'll give you X amount of money, then the company like, cool, that's going to give us more money, we'll do that.
Because, Fox...
But my point being, we can't really talk about the price and say like, yeah, no, it's a fine price until we know what Xbox's price is going to be.
Exactly.
Realistically.
Yeah, if
they come out
Xbox
at the
comes
same
out and
price,
it's like
then we're
350 quid,
fantastic.
that's like,
But then-
that's insane.
Yeah.
Exactly. But even if it's 50 quid or 100 quid cheaper, and then it's like, actually, PS5 price seems like a lot now.
Yeah.
But the odds are it'll come out the same price, and at that point we just have to go, well, I guess that's the price.
Yeah, then that's just the price of a next gen console.
Yeah.
Which you shouldn't buy, you should get PC. Not the point.
When are we gonna stop calling it next gen?
I
But
don't
it's
know.
always the next gen though, so why would
Yeah,
we
I'm
not?
like, in
There
my
was a natural time where PS4 stopped being next gen and just started being
See,
PS4.
I have a question. In my opinion, right, it should be called, right now we have last gen right now. That's PS3. Current gen is PS4, next gen is PS5. As soon as PS5 launches,
That's current gen.
that's now the current gen. That is the
See,
most
because
up-to-date thing.
But if the majority of your player base is not on current gen, that doesn't make it current.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
now
You
the
don't have
last
it,
gen.
doesn't mean you're not in it. Like,
It doesn't have to be popular to be current.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The current generation is not as big as the rest of us. It's still the current generation of people.
Yeah.
I would argue that point.
You'd be wrong.
Okay.
More people have died than people are alive. He's right.
Like, straight up.
Sorry, lads. But
You up there, mate?
first hour, screwing up people that should have died. Selena Gomez, who's from the mobile game.
You know what, right? You can say what you want. She might not be the best artist in the world or whatever. You might not think she's...
Yeah, I don't mind it, to be honest.
I can't name a single one of her songs. I know that she makes songs. I know that I even liked one of them. I just can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I remember that too.
But what isn't okay, I'm not sure if you got the picture up, Donkey, if you can get the picture up, if you can show
I can
something.
get
But
I'm actually getting the picture right now.
Selena Gomez had her likeliness literally ripped from a picture that she modeled for, presumably, and turned into a cartoon,
Wow.
and that is being used to sell games.
Yeah,
And
not okay.
it's actually disgusting how
Yeah.
insanely similar this picture is.
Yeah, that's not okay. Like, real talk. Imagine if you're that person. Like,
All of a
that's
sudden,
not okay.
it's not even that. It's not even that for me. It's that in theory, she could have been paid to advertise this.
Yeah,
this
true, yeah.
icon. Or even worse, she was asked to and said no, actively didn't want, because we don't know what's going on in the
Yeah.
background. Actively said no, didn't want to support this game, which I assume didn't happen because it's a crappy little mobile game. But
even still, like,
even
yeah.
still, it's not okay.
No, it's not.
You don't want your face being plastered all over something that could potentially be bad. And what if this game comes out and supports pedophiles? All of a sudden, your face is now associated with
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
that supports
fuck me, yeah.
pedophiles.
Yeah.
Without any of your any
Go ahead or anything. Yeah.
exactly those words.
There's no knowledge. Never mind anything else. She hasn't found this game and gone, "Oh, look, there's me." Like, she's been told about this by somebody else, definitely, and someone's made a likeness and be like, "Hang on a minute." You know what I mean? And it's not okay. Don't do that. It's bad. Unless you're Rockstar and you can do it really, really well. You can get away with it.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking about. And the picture's up now, by the way.
Yes, okay, cool.
It is not the same. Like, what these people did, if you look at the picture now, they took the picture, they didn't flip it.
Jesus.
That's
They
what
literally
they didn't
mirrored it.
do anything. Fuck those
Wow.
guys.
Can
Yeah.
you see the picture here, Alex?
Yeah, that is beyond low effort.
Yeah, like, there is no effort.
Her hair is slightly lighter in the picture on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the, oh, I picked the color brown in this color wheel, brown.
Right?
Yeah.
This is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's also the only, I think she took Justin Bieber's virginity and then she was a wizard on Waverly Place. That's the only thing I know about her at all. Oh no, she made a song that's a love song. That's something about a love song.
No, they didn't add black lines to it. They contoured it because it's a cartoon. That's not the same thing.
So we want a new game standard to show if there's loot boxes in it.
Yes, so in the UK, it is now, you know, when you get like mature themes or
Yeah.
there's horror in this game, new one officially added. If there is any kind of loot boxes in a game, that's now going to be on the label for your game.
So, but
Right.
game with no surprise mechanics. It's not a surprise no more.
It's called, and it's so ESRB was the first one to do it, which is the Entertainment Software Rating Board, which is the American version of PEGI, which means every time ESRB does something, 2 days passes, and then PEGI is like, we also do that.
Yeah.
And then they do it. So this means that they will now, it has been saying on the box since, I think, 2018, in-game purchases, like you do on phones, where it'll say in-app purchase.
Yeah.
Mobile phones have done that since I remember.
Yeah, and that's been a thing in games as well. Physical games, obviously. But now it will say in-game purchases and then random mechanics.
Oh, random mechanics, okay.
It's only
because you got to cover everything, right?
Yeah, so random mechanics.
Well, they're not the same thing, because an in-app purchase for Black Ops 2 was, I bought skins for my guns, and
not disagreeing. My issue is mostly ESRB statement, which is what PEGI refers back to, because ESRB was like, well, we shouldn't tell parents what loot boxes are, because they won't understand it, so if we tell them, they might ban them. I'm like, yes, you
that's what we want.
So,
no, but we don't. Loot boxes aren't inherently bad. Some people just do them badly. Loot boxes in League are fantastic.
Yeah. Loot boxes in
Overwatch are fantastic.
Can cause gambling ability.
Yes,
but not in all. That's what I'm saying. Loot boxes aren't inherently bad. In-app purchases that are based around loot boxes are bad.
Yeah. What it should be like. In my opinion, from like a legal standpoint, I think loot boxes in games should be regulated the same way that a Yu-Gi-Oh pack card is, which is according to gambling laws. There needs to be a certain amount of valuable stuff to every shite item. I can't remember what it is, but like you can't just there is a 1 in a bajillion chance, which right now, like I think it was Star Wars Battlefront. Where you had to play for like 4,000 hours and then you can get all the things. Like, what? No. That is just not okay. The same way in a casino, you can't just, well, the chance of winning at this new game we made is, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, no. So I think it should be regulated the same way. The problem with ESRB is, what ESRB is, it is EA, Ubisoft, Activision. It's those people. They are policing themselves. It is not a government instance. That's why the censorship.
Us three.
Yeah.
I've got this, boys.
I mean, the thing is, you're right, I was on shit. The thing is, with CCG's competitive card games, their loot box IE pack systems are normally really easy to work around that. Because if you buy a pack, whether that's within game or premium currency, it's normally like, you get all of these cards, and at least one will be of this value. Yeah. So they have a free workaround in that sense, because you're basically buying this card, but you get all this free stuff as well.
Yeah. Like,
so that if it was similar to that, was like, okay, you're gonna get something of at least equal value, then that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, it's just the issue, like, is just that. It's the industry policing itself, and everyone that's in the game industry knows that it's full of assholes. Like, the biggest company are the biggest assholes. EA they are. EA is by far the biggest country in gaming. The biggest company. Like, it's
the biggest country in gaming.
Sorry, they are the big. Tencent is number 2. EA is
really the biggest?
Yeah, EA have so much influence. You have no idea.
I thought Activision had it. I really did.
Yeah.
No, Activision don't mean that much.
No.
You have to bear in mind, right? EA own the majority of the sports game releases every year. That's just free money. People are always going to buy the new FIFA. They're always going to buy the new NFL. Like, they're always going to buy the new NBA.
On top of that, they own Battlefield.
Yeah.
Which is also, massive thing. And then just they own DICE in general. Apex is an EA thing, which was massive.
Well, on to that. Off of that, I'm running out of friends. What would I do in this scenario if I've not got many friends going on?
It's still just a pattern that's been registered, so it's something they're looking into.
I don't know anything about this.
I had no idea. I'm reading Sony will build me a new friend. I'm like, let's go. I've needed one of those for a while.
Just for clarity before we move on, Bradley, Activision owns Blizzard, not the other way around.
Yeah. And they also own King.
Activision Blizzard.
The official name is Activision Blizzard King.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Burger King.
Yeah,
So,
they own King.
Anyway, yeah, Sony will make you a friend. There is a pattern that they've just put in place to make companion gaming robots.
That's so something.
And what the pattern covers is both a physical or software-based robot that will do things like monitor your heartbeat, monitor how you are currently speaking, if you're speaking kind or aggressive, and it will give you comfort or encourage you depending on what's going on. So maybe if you hit a new level in a game, it'll be like, oh shit, that was awesome, well done. But if you're doing really bad, it'll like commiserate you and be like, don't worry, pal, you can get him next time.
So it's EA commentators for every game, FIFA commentators for every game.
Well, it's just something that Sony have patented right now. And there is also potential that they would be able to play some games with you. So for those only children who don't have a sibling, it could help.
I don't dislike the idea, but
as a hardware physical thing, that's a bit worrying. As software that you can say, oh look, I've got a friend on my screen, and if my mic goes, I'm angry, and the little dude goes, don't worry, Alex, you can get him next time. I'll be like, thanks, little dude.
I would find that immediately condescending and get rid of it.
No, it wouldn't obviously be my voice going, don't worry, Chris, you'll get him next time.
I want that.
Nah.
Yes. You don't know what I want.
Donkey, I can arrange that for you.
Yeah, like I want a soundboard every time. When I do this motion.
The donkey hand motion.
You mean the generic hand movement?
Yeah. As hardware to buy and have in your house, no. As a little thing that gets tagged onto the side of some games, sounds cool to me.
Yeah.
Sounds cute.
I think to some people
that's
with
what it's literally called.
Yeah, to some people with like anger issues, I think
like Timmy?
It could.
Like Timmy?
Yeah. Like legit, I think it could help some people, especially kids. Like a thing we do if we put babies out to sleep, obviously because they need to take a nap. Then the baby monitor.
I did do that with Emma, to be honest.
Yeah, the baby monitor. Then you can speak to it. So if the kid like kind of wakes up and then gets comfort from hearing your voice. What I've done is I've just recorded my voice, so I don't have to speak to the kids. Because then I can do other stuff instead of talking to a baby. So and it works the exact same, and it's kind of the same thing. Hey, keep down, man. Hey, whatever. I don't know what. I assume it can customize the kind of thing.
Like Emma's younger brother who plays Fortnite and screams at the TV. Maybe there's little things like, "Hey, your family are trying to do something in the next room." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be comforting. If it's just, hey, remind you.
I would have a go at me all the time when I was 12.
Like that exactly.
I screamed at getting like 98% on expert against the devil in Guitar Hero.
Oh, I would really.
I hated it. I
98% on expert. That's impressive.
No, as in 98% of the song finished, not 98%.
Oh, I played it on a controller on expert, so I struggled.
I didn't play Guitar Hero.
So who's Rick May?
He was the guy that voiced Soldier in TF2.
Oh,
he died. He sadly passed away.
Voiced.
And honestly, a month too soon, if you ask me. But hey ho.
I don't get it. What am I missing?
It's April.
Oh. So yeah, R.I.P.
F in the chat for Rick May. I know a lot of people are massive TF2 fans.
According to BT Gamer, the most fun you can have online in the year 2007.
Interesting.
That was 13 years ago. I was 4. I disagree with you.
I didn't say I said it. I said PC Gamer
I disagree with them. Yeah. I did. The age I would have been at that time? No. The age I am now? No.
Did you not want all the hats? All of the hats.
So, is there a new silly iPhone that you're gonna buy, Chris? What's going on?
Is there a new iPhone?
The iPhone SE.
Oh, I'm not gonna buy it. This is the one for people that don't want to spend stupid amounts of money that they don't need to spend.
I mean, it's still $600, but you know.
No, it's not. It's cheaper than that.
Okay, look it up. Look it up.
Irrelevant.
400.
Relevant. What is
Anyway.
it?
Anyway, so what the original iPhone SE, which was also called iPhone SE, was the. I assume, Alex, you know roughly how a iPhone 5 looked like.
It's just
it was
every
just
other iPhone.
Yeah, but it was square. It was before they got big. Okay, anyway, that is, in my opinion, the best shape of a phone. I really liked it. It was super cool, but sadly it was an iPhone, so I couldn't use it for shit. So what they did was when the 6th launched, they then took all the when the 8th launched, they took all the hardware from the 6th and put into the 5 body. So you would essentially buy a small 6, which would then be cheaper because it's old hardware, but it's still usable, because phones don't really need to go faster ever. They are fast enough right now. They don't need to go faster.
Point of reference, the price point is actually $400, which is actually really good for a phone, in my opinion. An iPhone, at least. I just spent like a stupid amount on a new one. And
when my mother bought she had the original SE, she spent £150 on it.
Okay, cool.
See, that's a good price for a phone. That's why people are mad about this price. It was a fantastic price. People were like, that's a mad deal.
Yeah.
Right now it's just okay. I don't know.
I mean, if you look at it objectively, right, it beats out all of the big competitors by miles. It beats out the Samsung. I mean, on price it does. There's no way you could get a Samsung for $400.
Yeah, you can. You could easily get a Samsung for that. Samsung has more than the Galaxy S20.
Nah, they only run the Galaxy series.
I mean, they don't. You have to compare it to, first of all, a Galaxy from where the hardware was from if you want to compare hardware. Yeah. Which we can do, but that doesn't make sense, in my opinion, in phones. It comes down to how good is the battery, which we don't know because the reviews aren't out yet.
True. Well, I mean, yeah.
Like, the only thing you should care about in your phone right now is how good is the battery. Because that's the...
yeah, no, I like mine. It lasts for about 30 hours if I don't use it that much, and 18 if I do.
Like, until we are at, like, an old Nokia's battery life thing, I'm not happy with smartphone's battery. I want my phone to be able to last a week.
You said that you really liked the iPhone SE for its shape. This actually comes in the i8's design.
Yeah.
Not the 5's.
Yeah, the original was the 5. This is the 8th, which I really hope for a 6 design. If it was a 6 design, I would have been Apple, you geniuses and gods. Because what would that have brought back, Chris? What did the 7 remove?
Remove the aux port.
Yes. So the 6th would have brought that back. It would have made a lot of people happy.
Who even cares about aux ports when everyone knows that analog audio isn't as good as digital audio? Get Bluetooth headphones.
You can't do that if you don't like audio quality. That is completely an option to you. It is. It's a free country-ish.
So we got a new GPU developer coming into the market?
Yeah, Huawei have started making server GPUs.
Oh, specifically server GPUs.
Yes. In theory, they could be moving into the gaming market at some point. But they won't because no one fucking likes Huawei right now because they're Chinese.
Why would they anyway?
Why wouldn't they? If they had the opportunity to start taking on these big people like AMD and Nvidia, and they were successful, and they could cut the price because that's what Huawei are known for.
Yes, that is correct. But what they're always
they could cut
as well, though.
Yeah, like the people who, when you buy server grade hardware, like to be fair, Huawei makes a lot of. You two right now are probably connected to Huawei.
I don't think I am.
Where do you live?
Because my phone's not on the outsidey stuff.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Are you on the internet?
I'm on Virgin Internet, and I know they do their own thing, and I don't think it's done by Huawei.
If it was
BT, I'd be on your side. but it's not.
I'm pretty sure they still buy some of their switches and stuff. That's still from Huawei.
There's a fair chance. There's actually a fair chance.
Because I know Huawei produces a lot of the Cisco stuff. And if you're not using Cisco, you're not being an ISP.
Yeah, okay.
So,
I know, but it's pretty good. I don't argue. I just say, yep, sure, plug it in.
yeah. So like Huawei produces a lot of pro stuff.
But their commercial stuff is also really good. My mum has had the flagship Huawei P phones for the last 5 years. She's been a massive fan of them. The only reason she's not getting the next one is because of the operating system. Yeah.
The thing that makes it easy to come in and make a good cheap Android phone is you're like, hey, all development of the OS. No, Google made the OS. We just need to make a skin. Where if you're like, I'm gonna take on AMD or Nvidia in video gaming GPUs, cool. They have had like 30 years to make drivers for games. Game developers are the most lazy cunts in the entire universe. They don't optimize for jack shit.
They want it optimized on the other side. I get that. But at the same time, I wouldn't write off Huawei. If in 24 months they're in the market and they're undercutting AMD prices, and AMD are the lower prices there already, if they're undercutting AMD prices, that would not be a
And
shock.
if they're performing the same and their drivers are like, woohoo, then go ahead. Because
even if they're not performing the same, right? If they're performing at 90% for 70% of the price, you still take that.
No,
you don't.
If you're looking for a budget PC,
no, you really, really, really don't. That is
some people will,
and that's the people
will.
And the people that do that are the people that in a year is, hey Donkey, why is my PC performing like asshole right now? I don't get this. It was 90% at launch.
Yeah, but let's take your customers out of it though, because they don't make up the majority of the market. Let's be honest.
They're not my customers. These are just weird people.
But,
I know what you're saying.
People like myself, Donkey, and you, Quiz, we're not gonna buy it. If I'm buying part for my PC, guess who I've trusted for years? Guess who I know does things really well?
Nvidia GPUs.
People who know what they're talking about are gonna get Nvidia. People who don't aren't gonna buy online. They'll buy pre-builds, in which case that's up to whoever's built it, I guess. Or they'll go to a PC store like PC World or whatever and say, hey, what do I get here? And they're not gonna go buy this Huawei shit for 70 quid. This one costs more, but Nvidia have been around for ages because that person's probably on some degree of commission and they're going to get paid more money.
And even if you really haven't played games, if you see like the Nvidia splash screen has been a part of video games, it's like the way it's meant to be played.
Yeah, like your first time building a PC and you're not sure what the difference is between Nvidia and AMD and Huawei, and then
you go on any forum
and then you see all three logos.
Yeah,
you're gonna recognize Nvidia, even if you don't know that was the Nvidia logo before now. You're gonna go, I know that logo, and it's gonna feel familiar. And
I wouldn't write off Huawei. And if they can get them up to scratch, if they can get them to the same point, I guarantee they'll be cheaper.
Yeah, probably. Like the good thing about Huawei is I'm not 100% sure. I think they own their own factories.
They do.
Which
I can guarantee that.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure they do. Which is good because AMD doesn't own theirs anymore, and Nvidia, like, they have never owned factories ever. That's not why they're more expensive. They're also better, but like, they have to rent space where Huawei can just produce it. They only have
like, we're gonna start building this shit, and they start building it.
Yeah, where Nvidia had to call up Foxconn and be like, "Hey, mate, can we have some GPUs there?" And they're going to be sure, no.
That'll take however long or whatever.
Yeah, where Huawei can be like, well, we're not making phones anymore, so let's do this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Huawei are still phones, and they've got their own operating system out for it.
It's a joke.
Yeah, but again, it's not just us who are loyal customers of Nvidia. Nvidia will be loyal customers of whoever it is they get to make their stuff. And you don't throw 30 years out the window just because a new company is like, yeah, well, we're going to make our own.
And like, I'm not sitting here and saying you should just buy Nvidia because it just is. The reason I buy Nvidia is, A, it hasn't fucked me over in a long time, and it's just a better option. Like straight up, you can say, well, AMD is better for price. Yes, sure. Not at my budget.
Right. So, we spoke about folding a few times.
Yeah.
And what folding is a quick recap that Quiz will give us and not Donkey.
Folding is where you give part of your computer's CPU power through the internet to, I believe it's... Oh,
Isn't this folding?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
But not in the context of the conversation.
But am
So
I
just wanna
home? I'm home.
Interrupt after the lesson. Alright, save your questions till the end. Go on, Chris.
where you give part of your CPU power from your PC when it's idling through the internet to, I believe, is it Stanford University?
Cambridge or
Stanford
Stanford?
University.
I think so.
To run simulations on folding proteins to see how we can break down viruses, specifically coronavirus at the moment, right?
Yes.
I know it does a bunch of other diseases as well.
Yeah, like Alzheimer's and cancer and other stuff.
And we don't like those either. We'd rather those weren't about.
Yeah.
But apparently, I think we said last week they got to 7 times. the
2
speed
weeks
of
ago.
2 weeks ago, we said
Yeah.
7 times the speed of a supercomputer. As of right now, or when we last checked, they were 15 times the speed of a supercomputer and can actually run Crisis.
But not Crisis Remastered.
There's no need to mention that.
No. So now this can actually run Crisis. Yeah. So that folding at home is just getting bigger and bigger, which is super good, super cool. Like, hey, more power to.
Am I right in saying that they're still now having the boteneck of they can't send out the
Yes.
internet that fast? Yeah.
Yes, that is still the
It
bottleneck.
kind of makes it redundant if, like...
Yeah, so I heard someone estimate that if they could send out what they want, it would be 50% faster than it is now.
Okay,
Which again, fantastic. Everyone keep doing it. And like, just to the point that we alluded to earlier, when COVID is gone, or at least dealt with, tackled, swept under the rug kind of thing, don't just stop doing this. You can still do it to support the other things that they're helping out with. So
Yeah, as I said, I've been doing it for years at this point,
and the link to do that will be in the description of the video for once, right, Donkey?
That's Chris's part, but yes. Yeah, you are. You're doing timestamps as well.
Hang about.
Yeah.
That was a year ago.
Something that the lad has been looking forward to since yesterday, pretty much. First impressions. We're talking Minecraft.
Yeah, boy.
Take it away, Donkey.
So, what we're looking at is RCX in Minecraft. So I have a video we will watch, and after the video we can discuss what you think about. Is it worth the performance hit that I will then show you after the video?
Fair enough, that's good.
Obviously sponsored by Nvidia.
Oh, it's not.
No, but they made the video.
Yes, there is music.
Right, okay.
So,
Wowie, what?
Wait. So yeah, Huawei what? So first of all, Huawei's not gonna have this at all.
I have an issue. And only one issue, but I have an issue.
Yeah,
That was Minecraft.
that was Minecraft.
You have to break blocks in Minecraft.
Yeah,
I would not want to break a single one of those ones. They actually looked so pretty.
Yeah.
And then the lava looked cool. And it was like, oh, look, diamond. But it was like, honestly, so pretty.
So right now I have on the screen, and you should be able to watch it on the stream as well, is the FPS numbers for RTX on, RTX off, and then with the new DLSS thing that we talked about 2 weeks ago, that was like, this can actually be sick and give you a lot of FPS.
It blatantly does give a bit of a jump.
It blatantly does. It goes from 50 to 80.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But you can also see that if you are going to play this,
it's going to hurt.
It's going to be at 2070 at least. 2070 Super, sorry.
And even then, it's still going to hurt.
And that's with everything turned on, like, the DLS. Then you're still in Minecraft in 1080p, only getting 72 FPS.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
That's average FPS. I would assume that if you're fighting the Ender Dragon with a bunch of Endermen about, that's gonna kill a few frames, and that's not like top. That's not your that's your average. So you could be hitting under 30 in extreme situations.
And as beautiful as that was, and it looks amazing, you don't spend upwards of $1,000 on a computer to play 70 FPS on Minecraft.
No,
you just don't.
No, you don't. So I think what this is right now, it's a showcase of what RTX is. It is also what my plan originally was.
I've got a good comparison for you.
Was I was gonna use it. Hey, I'm gonna use GeForce now because then I can play it and show you what I want. Turns out I can't because it's only the Bedrock edition.
Okay.
And it's only in a beta state right now. So right now it's actually a mod. Made by NVIDIA, but it's still a mod.
Yeah.
So they say that can up the optimization like about 50 to 70% more.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's a lot because they're like when it's actually implemented into the game engine instead of just being, we tagged this. Because right now it renders the game and then the RTX things on top about it.
I haven't said a lot yet about this. I am very impressed with many of the things that are there, but I want people to focus on the way the light moves and not what the game looks like, because a lot of that can be done with shaders that already exist. I've already seen Chung's game look like what they did. With the RTX off, it's super base model Minecraft.
Yeah.
RTX on, there's more added than just the ray tracing and
the lava was the best example of that. The lava was probably the best example.
They're not the same skin.
It actually emitted.
I'm not saying.
Glow.
Yeah. You're right, because right now, if you enable RTX,
that just magically do that.
You also get those other textures because they just have to re-engineer the way that I post a blog about it in news. If you scroll far enough back, and if you want to bore yourself to death, you can read how to do ray trace light in Minecraft. Like. I don't care.
A lot of that, not how beautiful the glow works, but a lot of that imagery can actually be achieved with shaders already in Minecraft without having to have RTX.
What RTX can do is the way that light moves and bounces off other stuff. Because right now, if I take a light and shine it on a mirror, a lot of that light is going to then get bounced off to other surfaces. If I shine that on my black carpet, a lot of that light is gonna stay on that black carpet.
I could get absorbed, because that's what black is.
Exactly. So, if you want to check it out, I can recommend go watching Linus's video on where that's sort of where I snatched
You recommended Linus?
No way.
Fuck you guys. It is like he explains what Chris just said as well. It's like, hey, it's actually just a lot of textures, but the light that you can see, where you can see the light coming down from a skylight and stuff like that. That's super cool. That's not shaded.
Yeah, my immediate thought was, wow, this is beautiful. Then I realized there's no way they're actually the same textures anymore, though. Like, that's not the same.
No.
That's not the same base.
I mean, it is the same
textures.
Still impressive. The way they did it, like, don't quote me because I'm not that good on this. It's still the same textures, but now they have a smoothness layer as well. A smoothness value. So like, because a mirror is very smooth, a carpet is very not smooth.
Sure. Rough is the way you're looking for.
Rough is probably what they would use. And then there is a lighting value of how much light is gonna bounce off this surface / color. Like they can turn that up and down. So they they added all those values to every texture in the game. So it is the same textures, just with more values on them.
An update. Yeah.
It's the exact same textures. They just added values to them that weren't in Minecraft before, according to Mojang and Nvidia.
So for this week, registered merch is a standard BBU hoodie. It's one we're pumping up today. Don't you know? Pump it up. You gotta pump it up. It's really nice color. If you don't have one of these, get one of these. I've just bought one for my older brother. He's really excited to get it. They're great, cozy, warm, toasty, snug.
There's a picture of the screen there, but
Yeah. No, there's not.
I wear mine every time I leave the house. Honestly, every time I leave the house, I wear it.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're just cozy.
Yeah, they are.
So if you want to support BBU, instead of giving us 97 Nitro Boost or just donating,
shots fired.
We appreciate all of. Get yourself a hoodie. Get yourself something for your money as well. And
if you want to not spend any money, don't forget about the giveaway.
Yep. Great way to support us.
Yep.
What's up next? I've forgotten the order
games
of the slides.
we have been playing.
What are we playing, dude?
I added something that wasn't.
You've been playing some JB, lad. Been playing with a JB.
I wrote Jackbox. I was like, should I write JB just for the funsies?
You should have. You failed at the inside.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, I got rid of Feed the Beast. I haven't played a lot of that this week, but I have been playing a bit of Jackbox. Actually, had to buy it too.
I haven't updated mine. I've done everything except update.
Oh, actually, whilst we're on it, I also got Random Dice.
You did?
I've been playing that, and I talked to Emma about it. Turns out, I ain't ever catching up with you guys.
No, you will. You will. I can carry. I'll carry. Emma hacks, but don't worry about it. I can carry.
What do you mean? Did she put money on it?
No.
How does she hack? It doesn't matter.
She's just.
Anyway,
she hacks the luck.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I would heavily recommend not getting this game. I was very addicted to it.
What?
I was playing it until like 4 this morning watching Community.
For those who don't know what this is a power bank that you can use to charge any USB thing in the world. This holds a lot. Donkey knows exactly how much. I don't, because I lost that little red thing. But Donkey's probably enough in there to know exactly how much this could hold. I have to charge this twice a day since Emma started playing Random Dice.
Don't you're in the house? Don't you just plug it into the wall?
No. Also, she uses an iPhone.
That's also a problem. Yeah.
Honestly, she's obsessed with it, but it is fun, and you can play with friends. They don't have intrusive ads. You choose if you want to watch an ad or not.
Is that always true? I think that's always true. That's probably why I don't like the game that much. I don't hate the game that much.
Yeah, there's no intrusive ads. You choose if you want to watch one. If you want to watch one, you get a reward for it.
Oh, just like the game we played when your computer died.
Yeah. So I've also been playing a little bit of Holdfast, World War Z with the boys. Not quits because he just doesn't like playing with it anymore, and I don't.
Which we don't get. But we carried Timmy through the campaign, and we carried almost Darren.
Yeah. You guys lost with Timmy. I played instead of Timmy. We won. Just saying.
Timmy sucked.
We played a lot of league, and a little bit of Siege, and that's pretty much me.
Yeah.
Donkey.
Oh. It's like I felt like I had said mine. I didn't.
I was like, didn't Quiz go first?
Yeah, sorry. I've been playing. As Alex said, what was that? With the boys, and that's fun. I've been grinding it again, so I'm now even more higher level than I was before.
Oh, whilst we're on the things of what we're playing, I've been playing a little bit of F1, not a lot, a little bit. F1 2019. You can set up your own league. I've got people messaging me saying they're bored, they're starting to get sick of their games because they're stuck in the house all the time. I'm debating setting up a league that we play like one race every week or something. I'm gonna be good, but it's just an hour at least a day where you.
How much is F1?
I can play that. 2019, I don't know because it was on sale recently. It's not anymore.
Assuming
but
it's
probably around 40 quid.
40.
I would say so. if you like arcade racing games, don't get F1. If you like realistic racing games or racing sims, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I
So it's
think I
like
like it.
the F1 of iRacing.
What?
iRacing is like the one they use for the NASCAR esport racing and stuff like that. It's a
NASCAR have their own game though.
Yeah, but they use iRacing because it's more realistic.
Sure, I believe you, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Anyway.
so dumb.
Moving swiftly on.
Well, yeah, if you're interested, send me a DM and I'll see if we are gonna bother. 45 quid.
So yeah, and I played the Homefront, and as Bradley asked me, yes, they fixed Homefront: The Revolution. It's not that bad anymore. It's actually an okay game.
Liar.
No?
I don't believe you.
Yeah, but it's okay.
I played it with you, Raz, and Chris. You can imagine how much fun that was.
That's not the game's fault.
Not
Straight
you,
up.
Chris.
I realised my name's Quiz, not Chris. Get it right.
So
What's Sunless Seas?
What's what now? Oh,
Sunless Seas.
I'm not.
And why is it coming out on PC and Xbox but not PlayStation?
It is actually coming out on PlayStation and Switch as well. I was checking that and then got distracted and then I forgot about the slide.
This man with the
But
fake news.
Is an adventure game where you take the helm of a steamship. It actually looks. The stills I've seen look really cool. I haven't seen a video for this one. But it's set in like a Victorian Gothic universe where London's fallen. There's gigantic crabs and sentient icebergs, and it sounds fucking jokes. Like I can't see it.
Would you say it's a AAA game? Would you say it's a
no,
indie
it's
game?
definitely not a AAA. But it's indie's definitely not there either. It's a big game. It's just not a massive game.
Yeah, that's good.
And yeah, like I said, coming out on Mac, PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox.
So keep your eye out for Sunless Seas.
Might
I'm
get
still
it.
waiting for a pirate game to come out that is as good as being a pirate in Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
That's not gonna happen.
Because it was just good.
It was just
And
very,
when
very
you play
good
things like
game.
Sea of Thieves, it's like, oh well, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, but give me Black Flag.
Hang
That's all I
about. Who did game deals of the week this week? I'm gonna take over PS Store. That's what's gonna happen.
want. I did.
You did it wrong.
I didn't do it wrong. That says PS Tour. So game deals.
Chris, I'm now gonna punish you for being an asshole.
I'm an asshole. What's wrong?
Don't
with that?
punish him for being an asshole. We'll never.
Steam. Who's doing Steam? Come on.
I've done them all. Northgard 50% off. Fantastic game. For those who like RTSs but are overwhelmed by the thought of controlling too many things at once, Northgard is absolutely the perfect place for you. In fact, I think I've played it with Emma. I'm not even 100% sure. Yeah, we have. Yeah, she's nodding at me very happily with salad in her mouth, like a rabbit. It's obviously based on Nordic Viking stuff because Northgard. And it's super chill and relaxed. The only issue I've got is that you can't save mid-game. Don't. But it takes like 3 to 4 hours. Somebody clip that. It takes like 3 to. It takes about 2 to 3 hours to play a game. It is fun, and if you're interested in RTSs, that is definitely a good starting point. Overcooked 1 and 2 are 75% and 40% off respectively. I've never played 1 because 2 was just there, so I just got 2 instead, and 2 is a great crack.
Yeah.
If you've got a Mac, don't get it because while they support it, it makes you crash according to Emma's Mac. Weird. What's wrong with the PS Store?
PS Store. Marvel's Spider-Man Game of the Year edition is 44% off. That's great. All of the Uncharted's are free.
That went in game deals.
That's true. That's true.
Like
Sony is giving away the Ethan Carter edition or whatever it's called, right?
I think I'm not sure if it includes 4, admittedly, but 1, 2, 3, all of the DLCs, free.
So
Why does it matter?
everything, maybe not
PlayStation?
a thief's end, but the rest. See, I don't have a PS4. Even I know what they're called.
The PlayStation, why bother though? I learned
Because
that
they're PlayStation exclusives.
I learned with Uncharted that you can walk in a circle in a desert.
I like Uncharted.
That's about as much as I know about Uncharted because I had Xbox.
I played it on PS3 and decided I have better games on PC, so I stopped.
Chris, you've no
But it's
doubt
a good
already
game.
claimed these 2 games.
I have already obtained these 2 games,
what
Just
are they?
Cause 4 and Wheels of Aurelia.
Well,
Well, everyone knows the Just
no,
Cause series, I assume.
Yeah.
So we'll move
Wheels of
swiftly
Aurelia.
on to Wheels of Aurelia. It's you know those games I keep mentioning where you don't seem to have a lot of stuff actually going on and you just kind of follow the story.
Yeah.
Another one of those kind of games.
Uh-huh.
But it's very artsy. It won a bunch of awards in 2015, I believe.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know how this won artsy awards, but
Yeah,
apparently it
no,
did.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Nah.
right. I'm a bit of a pass.
I'm not
have
even getting
bought
that
it.
for free because I don't think the devs deserve money.
All devs deserve all money, so I've
No.
already obtained it.
Not true.
That is not true.
Okay, I also believe we have a clip of the week from our games, clips, and
Yes, we do.
gift tech chat that we came up with this week. So
And if you got any clips put in that chat, I assume they didn't hear that. I assume they already clicked on.
they probably still heard it anyway, though.
It's even funnier. This chat
I
was
must laugh
already.
at the end, by the way. Fantastic.
I had it there. I've already seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it before.
So as you can see, the guy I'm playing in this clip, he picked somebody up and threw something around, and I picked somebody on low health up and slammed another person on low health in the face, and they both died in class. Can we stop watching this? This is like 20th time now.
Oh, sorry. I just thought it was funny. Yeah.
So from myself, Donkey, and Chris's very zoomed in face.
Actually, it's okay.
You guys got anything else you want to add?
Have I mentioned the giveaway?
The giveaway we mention again, I guess. BBU podcast sponsored by BBU podcast. Head over to announcements. Make sure you're inviting all of your friends. As long as they press that member button, then you get an entry into the giveaway. There's no limited amount of entries you can get, so long as somebody becomes a member and joins the Discord. You can get a lot of good free stuff, and you get to choose what prize you want. So don't think, oh, I don't want the fans, because that's fine. You can pick the money. Let's say you don't want the money, you do want the fans, then you can pick as well. So
Yeah, boy. So
the reveal of the winners will be during the podcast next week, podcast number 50, as it's the last one. Everyone can enter except Quiz.
Yep.
Literally everyone. Me, Donkey,
yeah.
everyone but Quiz.
Think about. I thought. What? That's not fair. Wait.
Yeah, it is. I think we should vote. Alex, I vote that it's fair. What about you?
I vote that as fair too.
Okay, cool. Democracy.
Yeah,
That's cool. It's almost a free country. That's democracy.
That's 3 votes to half a vote. Like,
I get you guys a big, but you're not that fat. Come on.
right,
Yes.
see you later, guys.
See you later. Be here for the next week podcast.
On the update on Wednesday. Bye.
Some people.